Alright, so yeah, what you want to do first is locate your portrait that you took a photo of. Just locate it, and then you want to click and drag this portrait onto Photoshop. So the one that says PS and it's blue. It's down here. Okay, so once you drag it on here, it should be loaded up on the front screen. So what we're going to do is we're going to edit the photo a little bit just to make the values a little bit easier. So first thing you want to do is you're going to go to Windows, and then you want to click on your adjustments. Just make sure that's checked. If it's not checked, just click on it. But the adjustments window, it should look like this right here. There's there's gonna be like different buttons you can click, and the very first button we're gonna click is the one that says black and white. So when you click on the black and white, it's gonna automatically turn the entire photo black and white.
Can you repeat that?
Oh, you're gonna go to Windows, open up your adjustments channel. It should be already open because my photography classes uses the adjustments window, and then there should be like a box right here that says adjustments. And then you want to click on the one that says black and white, and it's going to automatically turn your image into black and white. Alright, now I'm just going to zoom in on the picture here. So zoom in, it's going to be Command plus and Command minus, same thing as like your Illustrator. Alright, now if you look at the photograph that we're using right now, it's really hard to find your values. So we're going to be doing a posterize effect to your portrait. That's going to make it a little bit easier. So again, go back to your adjustments panel, and then you're going to click on this button that says posterize. So when you click on posterize, it's going to turn all those values into solid colors. Okay, so it's going to create this weird looking poster effect to your portrait, but in doing this though, it's going to make it a little bit easier to see it a little bit better. Alright. Okay, now you can actually control the posterized effect even more, because right now there's a lot of the values are kind of blending in with the background. So if you go up to up here on your properties window, it should have a thing that says levels. And instead of moving the tab around, I want you to just type in numbers. So the lowest you can go, if you go on this window here, the lowest you can do is 2. And 2 is just going to give you 2 different values. It's going to give you the white and the black. But as you gradually raise this number, so I'm going to do 3 next, you're going to have more values. So this is going to actually create 3 different values. You have a gray, a black, and a white. Alright, so depending on how comfortable you are with the practice exercise, you may want to use a lower level. You may want to use a lower level, whereas oh, okay. That's fine. So you may want to use a lower level if you're having a difficult time with the practice shading assignment, whereas you may want to use a higher level if it's easier to you. And then right here you got 4 different values. You got your black, gray, and then a lighter gray, and then the white. But just as a general reference, so I think 2 is a little bit too low. 3 would be fine if you were having trouble with the shading exercise. 4 would give you kind of more of a challenge, and then as you go higher in the numbers, you get more value. So 5 would, you would have a lot more detail with 5. 6, let me see 6. 6 is doable. That's gonna be hard, but as you get to around 7 or even 8, that's when it's gonna get really challenging. Because if I zoom in real close here, you have a lot of different shades of gray here. But I mean, it's doable if you want to challenge yourself more with those different values. It's just gonna take a little bit more time with the your values. So that's the one thing you want to first determine is how far you want to go with the values. I think 5 and 6 is pretty challenging. Hey guys, back there, you gotta stop talking. Alright, 5 and 6 is pretty challenging. 3 would be the easiest. Don't do anything lower than 2. 2 is just a black and white. You don't want to do 2. Either do 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7. But if you want to go even higher, that's fine too. But just keep in mind though, it does take a lot of time to do the shading for your portraits. So keep that in mind. Alright, so after you do your posterize effect, so I'm actually going to do a let me see what I want to do. I'm going to do a 6 because I want to challenge myself a little bit. I'm going to do a 6 on mine. And again, it's going to vary differently from each person to person because of the lighting that you did on the portrait. If you don't have good lighting, it's going to be you might want to do a higher number if you don't have that good lighting. So Alright, so that's how we're going to change your image into black and white, and then you're just going to do a file. Or actually, let me show you one other thing. You might want to do this with your portraits. So, you know, if you don't want to just do black and white, you can actually add a couple more colors to it. So, you know, we can do like more of like a monochromatic portrait drawing. That's fine too. The next thing you would click is the gradient map. So you click on gradient map, and then on your properties window, there's a lot of different variations of the colors you can do. Like, for example, this would be like a blue tone. This would create a red tone. And then there's some like tones if you go further down that kind of mix the two. So, you know, if you want to do like more like a different tone picture, you don't want just to do black and white, you can do different colors too. But, you know, it's going to still follow the same idea of those values, the white, grays, and then your dark and black areas. All right. Okay, but you know, once you're happy with how your portrait looks, oh yeah, well, let me show you one other thing too. So we did a black and white posterized gradient map, and then if you want to work on the, you want to pop up the lighting even more, you can click on brightness and contrast up here on your adjustments panel, and then if you play around with these values too, so brightness is going to control your light and darks. You know, this will help to pop out your values even more if you know the values don't look good. So I'm just making it a little bit darker so I get like those grays a little bit more. Contrast is going to control that. So essentially, like this step here, you know, I feel like this is like one of the most important steps to your portrait drawing, because you know, essentially you're planning out how that portrait's going to look. You know, with the colors, the values, everything. Okay, you know, I actually did like a black and white one of mine, but I can show you guys how mine's ended up looking. But like, you know, at like the very end though, when you finish your portrait, like this is the one I did. So like, you know, I don't have the, yeah, this is like the edited version. Everybody take a look up here. So this is like my edited posterized version, and then this is like the drawing that I did. So you can kind of see the similarities between like the picture and the portrait. So everybody see that? I'm going to zoom in closely so you can see it. So essentially you're just copying that portrait picture, but like you're turning it into like a vector. So, you know, this step is real important because essentially you're planning how that whole thing is going to look when you're done. All right. All right, is there any questions? Questions?